It looked like a safe haven from the raging storm.
It's an odd kind of place. Who'd your folks get it from, Boris Karloff?
Their hosts seemed like the essence of hospitality.
You can stay here as long as you like.
Wonderful.
But appearances can be very deceiving.
What's the matter? Afraid of the dark?
Ralph,
Yeah?
are you scared?
Well, of course not. What's there to be afraid of?
This house?
Oh, don't be. Son, you like toys? I'm a doll maker. I make the most wonderful toys. Dolls, puppets, soldiers, ballerinas. Nobody wants a doll that's special anymore, that's one of a kind. The weather brings out creativity. It helps me in my work.
What kind of work is that? Witchcraft?
Dolls. You're never too old to play with dolls. Until you're dead. Dolls.
Hi, welcome to BNS About Movies. Tonight, we are going to use our new Blu-ray DVD player.
Up in the bedroom.
In the bedroom. Becca and I are now in the early 2000s.
We are.
We bought a $60 Blu-ray player at Walmart.
Watch out, folks.
We're also recording this during Becca's birthday.
Thank you.
My baby is 32 today.
We are watching one of my birthday presents
It's a Blu-ray.
of...
Dolls.
Ooh.
We did not have a Blu-ray player in bed.
Mm-hmm. Now we do.
This is an Italian-American horror movie shot in 1985.
87.
But not released until 87.
Oh.
It has a lady named Bunty in it.
I could probably
Bunty
guess who
Bailey.
she is.
She is actually most well known for being the girl in the video for Take On Me and The Sun Always Shines on TV. And she dated Morton Harkin, the lead singer of a-ha for a long time.
She's the one, the blonde in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's also in the To Be a Lover video by Billy Idol. And Talking Loud and Clear by OMD. And then she is in this movie. She's in Spellcaster.
She's one of the first, what do they call them? Video girls.
Video vixens.
Yeah, but like, what do the rappers call them?
Oh.
I forget.
Hose?
Yeah.
No, that's not fair to her. There was a sequel that was gonna come out of this, but it was like,
They changed their minds.
They changed their minds.
Mm-hmm.
There was this has Ian Patrick Williams in it.
Mm-hmm.
Carolyn Purdy, Gordon,
Mm-hmm.
is Rosemary Bauer.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie Lorraine, Guy Rolfe.
Judy.
Guy Rolfe. Hilary Mason, Cassie Stewart, and Stephen Lee. Carolyn Purdy does not have a page on Wikipedia.
Why?
I don't know. What's IMDb has to say about this? If you like this movie,
You like Tourist Trap?
you also like Tourist Trap, The Pit and the Pendulum remake, Castle Freak,
Puppet Master?
Dolly Dearest. Yes,
That sounds about right.
that sounds about right.
Want the storyline?
Yeah, tell it to me.
It's about, well, there's a house in the country,
Yeah.
and an old man and an old woman live there.
Oh.
And he is a doll maker.
Oh.
And no one knows this till they stay the night there, but his dolls come alive, and they're basically his children, very much like Puppet Master. And the guy who plays the old man looks very much like Andre Toulon from Puppet Master.
Oh.
So anyways, all these people get stuck there because of the weather. And it's a big old creepy mansion, and they have to spend the night. But of course people can't just behave and stay in their beds. They have to go explore and be bad and do bad things. So the dolls don't like it, so they take their revenge and protect their owners.
So this was shot before From Beyond, but was released on the same sets in Dino De Laurentiis' house. The fashions worn by Enid and Isabel were inspired by Madonna.
Wait till you see them.
Oh, so I'm reading it now.
Your wife may have liked this movie only because of that when she was very young, but grew to like it for other reasons.
They
later on.
did gore inserts for this movie because the producers did not feel it was gory enough.
I could see that.
So they put it in, but then they said, you know what, it just doesn't fit. Carolyn Purdy Gordon is Stuart Gordon's wife, obviously. And since Bunty Bailey was available for such a short time, that Carolyn Purdy Gordon played the doll version of her character.
Ah.
And the filmmakers were so sure that Cherry Lorraine would be traumatized, they had her watch Bunty Bailey's entire makeup scene. Because she was completely terrified by the teddy bear. And throughout the shoot, crew members exacerbate the situation by lurking in the shadows and growling at her.
Great.
Yeah. So, how about this? The beginning credits have various doll faces in them, it says here. And during the beginning of the end credits, we see another group of people having car problems and heading towards the mansion, which kind of feels like Tourist Trap a lot to me. Is this the same movie as Tourist Trap?
Pretty much.
Is it as good as Tourist Trap?
No.
Am I gonna like it as much as Tourist Trap?
You'll like it, but not maybe as much.
Not maybe as much.
Yeah.
Let's see what it's connected to other films. It's referenced in a lot of movie. In Puppet Master 2, Mr. Punch is on a shelf of Andre Toulon's cabinet in his
That's why
workshop.
the little girl's name is Judy.
Yeah. Also, Guy Rolfe is a puppet master in both films. Six Shooter's inspired by this movie. And Grizzly Teddy is inspired by Judy's Teddy in Demonic Dolls. So some of the dolls, including Sailor Boy and the Clown, appear in Demonic Toys. That's pretty interesting that they kind of cross over this whole universe. It's been discussed in a lot of things. A lot of documentaries as being a really important movie.
It's one that I feel like a lot of other movies tried to rip off
Yeah.
and didn't do it.
So here's a list that's just going to upset me.
What?
Shitty movie night. Movies to watch when you want to see a shitty movie. Zardoz. Great movie. Stonehenge Apocalypse. I've never seen that. Well, most of these movies are really shitty. Titanic 2. That's an actual movie.
What could it possibly be about?
Well, I'll tell you about that in a second, but let's go through the rest of this list. Troll 2.
Shut up. That's so great.
Yeah, I know. Manos, The Hands of Fate.
Great.
Mac and Me. Titanic, The
That
Legend.
is scary. I will tell you that. That's a very scary movie.
Listen to this movie. Titanic, The Legend Will Go On. A Cinderella meets her Prince Charming on the ill-fated Titanic. Along for the ride are a rapping dog, talking animals, and plenty of wacky humans.
I can't.
Leprechaun,
Good movie.
Elves,
Good movie.
The Visitor, Dolls, Tough Guys Don't Dance, which is a crazy movie. It's a Norman Mailer directed it for Canon. It is nuts. What's Titanic 2 is about? On the 100th voyage of the 100th anniversary of the original voyage, a modern luxury liner is called the Titanic 2, following the same path. But when a tsunami hurls an iceberg into the new ship's path, the passengers and the crews must fight to avoid a similar fate. It has Shane Van Dyke as director, writer, and star.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Bruce Davison is in it. Brooke Burns, who's on E.
Oh, God.
Carrie Van Dyke, related. A lot of dudes that put up their own pictures on Wikipedia because it's all headshots. People that have done their own IMDb pages. Napoleon Ryan, background character, and there's a photo of him. Celestial, and that's her name.
One word?
Yeah,
Like,
Shane Van Dyke did this entire movie, and he does not have a
picture?
picture. He is known for making a lot of shitty movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made the movie Murder 101 for the New Age for the Hallmark Network.
Oh, good.
And he filmed it with his brother, his father, and his grandfather, Dick Van Dyke.
Oh, I love Diagnosis Murder.
He is the grandnephew of Coach's Jerry Van Dyke. Also, Jerry Van Dyke was on The Worst Show Ever.
What?
My Mother, the Car.
Oh.
It was on in the 60s. A man's mother nags him all the time. She dies. The next morning, he wakes up to go to the funeral.
Her ghost is in the
Her
car?
ghost is in the car.
Oh, God.
It is often cited as the reason why TV started going down the shitter.
I can believe that.
Everybody knows in the second life we all come back sooner or later. As anything from a pussycat to a man-eating alligator. Well, you all may think my story is more fiction than it's fact. But believe it or not, my mother dear decided she'd come back as a car. She's my very own guiding star. A 1928 Corvette, that's my mother dear. She helps me through everything I do, and I'm so glad she's here. My mother the car. My mother the car.
So, we're going to get ready to watch Dolls. I'm pretty excited about Dolls.
You should be.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
It feels like it's going to be a pretty exciting movie, and it's on Blu-ray.
Our first watching Blu-ray.
I know. All right, well, fans, we'll be back in a little bit.
Okay.
Angelo and Becca and I just finished watching Dolls. It's a pretty quick movie. It's a pretty simple story. A bunch of people break down side of the road, and they can't get out. And then they go to a house. It turns out that all the dolls in the house are alive.
They are.
And they like to kill. And all the bad people get killed. All the good people live. That's the end of the story.
Pretty much.
It's a pretty quick one. There are some genuinely creepy moments in this movie.
Yes.
With the one scene where all the dolls look one direction and look the other. That was definitely pretty scary. You saw, how old were you when you saw this the first time?
Probably like 6 or 7.
And you weren't scared at all by this?
No. If anything, it made me want to watch it again and again and again.
How many times do you think you rented this?
Oh, 100, 200.
Do you think when they came in the store, the people were like, here comes that little girl with all the
Here,
horror movies.
little girl.
And she was a little cute little redhead girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she came forward to the counter and she just had arms full of the most vile horror movies.
Exactly.
Like, here I go.
Or they said, there's her crazy mother who lets her do it.
She was like, my daughter wants Halloween 2 again and it's out.
Get it for her.
Get it for her. She said, reserve it.
Didn't even have
Did you have to
that
bring
back
the
then.
box up or did you just bring up the little tag? Did you have a little tag?
No, we had boxes.
Oh, we had tags at mine.
Tags?
Yeah, you would have. They had the box on the shelf, and then they had a little tag that was hanging, and you picked up the tag and you brought it.
Oh no, we brought the whole box.
You handed the tag,
Mm-hmm.
and if you wanted to get a dirty movie, you had to go through the giant book, and you
What?
had to say, "Can you bring me a copy of New Wave Hookers 2?"
Baby.
And no, they wouldn't.
I got this fire burning inside me. 'Cause of love I lost in the alley. She appeared, then she disappeared into a cloud of graffiti. Graffiti. She electrified me. Radioactive hair stuck in the sky.
That's why I never did at home, because it was like there's everybody.
There's record of you.
Everybody knows everybody in Elwood.
They're like, Sam
And they're like,
Panico
Sam, I
rented.
saw Sam Panico's son looking through the dirty book. It's all laminated.
Sam Panico rented Sailor's Life for Me.
I saw him get out Black Bun Busters. That's a
10 times.
That's a Dark Brothers movie.
Oh.
Hello, I'm Dr. I.B. Brown. I'm a sex therapist. Now, what shall we discuss tonight? Butts.
I like 'em big and black.
And then so I would go to Beaver Falls and like buy a Playboy and feel scummy.
Oh, maybe did you go in disguise?
Yeah, I was like had a little like fake mustache and a trench coat.
Yeah.
They did Shop Factory did a great job with this. The menu is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
They threw a bunch of extras. They got new artwork for the cover, a double-sided you can flip open if you want the original cover. You can do that.
We're Blu-ray people now. We're important.
We watched it on Blu-ray. It looked very clean.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice copy. I think this is why they rented. I think this is why they invented Blu-ray, so that we could watch movies like Dolls.
Mm-hmm.
And then so, other kids would be afraid of movies where dolls come to life. No. Not my wife.
No.
She's like, "Could I have demonic toys next, Daddy?"
But this whole thing is, if any dolls or anything did move in my room, at least I had an explanation.
There's an episode of The Twilight Zone where this kid's abused. The new Twilight Zone. This kid's abused, and his father keeps beating him, and he says, "I wish, my soldiers could protect me. They're G.I. Joes."
Mm-hmm.
And at night, the dad comes in to throw away all his toys, and all the G.I. Joes come to life and kill his dad.
Oh.
Yeah. So. But I liked this. I thought it was good. It moved quick. The effects were
Good for when it was made.
actually the effect of the wife with her head caved in bed was some pretty good practical effects.
Mm-hmm.
If they made this today, they would have CGI'd all the puppets and would have felt shitty.
Yeah.
The fact knowing that every one of these dolls was actually there,
Mm-hmm.
especially the ones where they smashed their heads open, that someone took all the time to actually build out all that stuff and make it look real. It's a real tribute to the craftsmanship in this Dolls movie.
Mm-hmm.
What would you give this movie?
I give it a B++.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I would give it a B-.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I probably couldn't watch it as many times as you watched it.
Yeah.
But
nobody can watch movies as many times as I watch.
Where does
them.
this rank on your favorite doll-based horror movies?
Probably like number 5.
What would the other ones be?
Well, Annabelle's like number 3.
You've watched Annabelle a lot.
Yeah. I just like it.
I think
something different.
My wife has watched Annabelle. We saw it at the drive-in. She said, it was pretty good.
And then I've watched it 400
And
times.
I bought it for her, and she's watched it so many times.
That's good background noise.
And then you like Child's Play?
Yeah.
Did that rank higher than this?
Yes.
What would be your all-time favorite doll movie?
I really like, I don't know. It's kind of a mashup between all those, but I really like that Dead Silence movie. I think that's a good movie.
Yeah. Didn't James Wan direct that?
Yes, he did.
That got horrible reviews.
That's because people don't know what they're doing.
You love that movie.
I know.
We watched that when we first started dating, and you're like, this is my favorite movie. Don't make fun of me.
Mm-hmm.
And you got all excited, and you paused it at one point to explain to me what was going to happen in the movie and what to look out for.
Yeah, it's a spoiler alert.
You're like...
I didn't want my husband to have a heart attack.
It wasn't your husband yet.
I don't care. I knew you would be.
You said...
I don't want this man I want to marry to die of fear.
What's going to happen is...
Mm-hmm.
It's going to turn out. And then I was like, okay.
Shut up, girl.
No, I didn't.
Movie.
Never. I would never say that. Even when we were just boyfriend and girlfriend.
Even when we were boyfriends.
Even when we were boyfriend and
Even
girlfriend.
when we were buddies.
Even when we were black bun busters and we're not yet married.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
One time when I was...
Shout out to
Sammy. My wife came home one night and she was working late. And
like till 2 or 3 in the morning.
And I was laying in bed and I woke up and went, hi, buddy.
That's very fun to wake up my husband when he's been sleeping for a while and he's all alone.
Yeah.
Because he's in a completely other world. Let me
It's
just
a
tell
world
you.
of magical life.
He is. You scare him and he gets this look of surprise on his face. Like,
hi, buddy.
he has to check out the room to make sure he knows where he is.
Yeah.
And even then, I don't think it registers right away. And you literally have to look at me for a good whole minute.
Where am I? I always think, am I
to say.
Well, that's because I go through the steps of waking up. And every day when I wake up, I say, am I in my childhood bedroom?
No, you're not.
Am I still in the bunk beds with Noah?
No, on the top bunk. Bottom bunk.
Noah bought the bunk beds.
Yeah, so he got to pick.
So he got to pick. And at night, he would just taunt me.
Mm-hmm.
And he would be like, and keep in mind, he was like around first grade, so like maybe 9 or 10.
Yeah.
He'd say, you didn't just spend all your birthday money on G.I. Joes.
You could have a bunk bed.
You could have a bunk bed too, but I'm laying in the top bunk. Look at you. You're laying in the bottom bunk. May as well be sleeping in a coffin. How's it feel to have me laying on top of you? This is where I'm going to be.
Did you even get a choice?
Oh, no, he bought them.
Yeah, I know, but what if you don't want bunk beds?
It doesn't matter. He bought
What
them.
if you just wanted a regular bed?
You don't get to make decisions like that.
Oh, so you were told you were
It's
moving,
like-
basically.
I was in a bedroom. We had a bedroom together.
Yeah.
He always wanted bunk beds, so I couldn't just sleep in beds next to it.
I have a feeling my baby was in on it, too. You might not
No.
have paid for them, but
No,
my
I was
baby...
not.
I feel like my baby would have been like, yeah, that'll be cool.
No, it was not cool.
Yeah.
It was not cool.
No, why not?
Because you slept in a coffin.
Yeah.
You would lay there and you had like sheets around you. It was pitch black. You're like
have
in a
something
cave. It's
over
like
you.
sleeping in a cave.
Mm-hmm.
You never had light.
Mm-hmm.
And if I turn on the light to read something, Sam, Mom, Sam's awake. He's reading comics. I can hear him. I'm just turning on my light to check something. No, you're not. Turn that light. It's time for bed. Turn that light off.
He's such a little boss.
And then he would wake up on Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And he would drive you nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Wake up at 7 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else sleeps till noon.
Yeah.
Sam, Sam, give me some orange juice. And then he would act like he fell down the steps.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd be like, I think I broke my leg.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, come down. Sam, come down. I'm dying.
Aw.
Mom, Sam's letting me die. And it'd be quiet for a couple minutes. Do you think he had, gotten his own orange juice?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sam, you know what would bring me back to life? Some orange juice.
My baby was bossed around.
And I would get up, get him his orange juice,
Mm-hmm.
and he'd be like, you know what else I'd like? I'd be back in bed. I'd get the boy back up to bed. He'd be like, you know what else? You know what would set off this orange juice well?
What?
Fruit roll up. And peel it for me. Take the garbage back to the kitchen.
You're so bad.
Throw it away. One time when we were older, we still have fights about this.
Yeah.
We all lived in Mount Oliver.
Yeah.
He asked me to go get a drink for him, fresh squeezed lemonade. I was so mad they took a handful of Doritos.
I know. And you
crushed him in it. He claims to this day that I spit the Doritos in. I'm not an animal.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll put Doritos in your drink.
You're spiteful. But.
Yeah. And he took the glass and he threw it right in my face and broke the glass.
On your head?
Yeah, I just threw it, just went like right in my face. And Adam had never had brothers. Adam had a sister.
Yeah.
And they had a beautiful, loving relationship.
Yeah.
He only knew the how great it is to have a younger sister.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh my. And then I just turned around and punched Noah dead center in the face and dropped him. Mm-hmm. He grabbed we had lawn furniture in the dining room. Of
course you did.
Well, we didn't have a lot of money. He picked up the lawn chair and just threw it and hit me in the head with it and bounced it. I turned around, tackled him, and threw him across the room. He picked up a Shark vacuum cleaner and just broke it over my head. And Adam's like, I'm going to go home now. I'm like, no, we'll be done in a minute. We just kept swinging each other until we wore each other out.
The brothers are for.
And then I was like, I'm sorry that I did that to your drink. You spit in my drink. And I was like, no, I didn't. I crushed Doritos. You spit in my drink. To this day, he will claim that I spit those in his drink.
Yeah.
I have a weirder story than that.
What?
So, I was dating this girl once.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to see The Craft.
Mm-hmm.
One of your favorite movies. 2 things I learned from this story. She said to me, which girl do you think was the prettiest in The Craft? And I was like, I don't want to answer that. Because I thought, I'm not going to get into this trap.
Yeah.
No, just tell me. Like, I think I'd just like to know, I think we're just having a conversation.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think any of them were attractive. I said, I wasn't thinking, they were all witches and I was watching it as a witch movie.
Yeah.
Well, if you were to sleep with one of them, which one would you sleep with?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to answer that question.
Yeah.
So finally, after like an hour of cajoling,
yeah,
can you guess which one I would say?
Yes.
Who would you say?
Roosevelt.
Yeah, of course, right?
Yeah.
It's a stupid question to even ask me.
Yeah.
She's bonkers crazy.
Yeah.
And murderous.
Yeah.
And hot.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I guess Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Fucking son of a bitch.
Why were you listening to
I was just, why would you tell me that? Why would you tell me that? And I was sitting there talking to this girl. We were at Dingbats. You remember Dingbats?
Yes, I do.
We're at Dingbats, and I couldn't afford to get her dinner and get myself dinner. Mm-hmm. All I could afford was a frozen lemonade for myself, which was $2. And this frozen lemonade was so good. She was eating her dinner, and she was smoking, right? In the middle of her yelling at me about this, she ashes her cigarette
into your lemonade.
Into my lemonade. And I was like, sometimes I just hit my breaking point, and I never like to yell at girls.
Yeah.
And I said, "What the fuck are you doing?" Which I think is an appropriate response, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you flip? She goes, "Why are you being such a bitch?" And I'm like, "You just put your cigarette out in my fucking drink."
Yeah.
She was like, "Yeah, I do that to my friends all the time." And I'm like, "I'm not your friend."
Maybe.
Years later, I brought this up to this person.
Mm-hmm.
I never did that.
Yeah.
You made that all up in your head.
Yeah. No, you should have done it right back.
I should have. I went, I'm going to start smoking.
Right in your...
Here, this is in your fucking Superbird.
Yeah.
That was Eaton Park. It wasn't Dingbats. That place was Dingbats, and then it was Fuddruckers.
Which one? Robinson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's
There's only one
Purgatory.
Dingbats, wasn't there? Or no, there was one in South Hills.
I hated Dingbats.
I remember it.
I hate the font.
We used to eat there.
I hate the font Dingbats.
I think there was one in the Strip too.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
I think, they used to take us there.
That's all I remember is the only time I went to Dingbats. Because you know what Dingbats was when I was growing up?
What?
That place is too expensive and you kids have been too bad to go to that restaurant. We're going to go, we're going to get bread and we're going to make ham salad sandwiches in the car.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Don't joke.
My parents, we could be as bad as we wanted. Horrible. just destructive.
That's like you.
And my dad would never make sandwiches in the car because he had planned on going out to eat, and he was still going to go out to eat, so we always got to go, even if we were mad. Let me tell you
something about my dad. My dad doesn't eat.
We were spoiled.
My dad doesn't eat weed anymore. My dad's on a great diet.
The wheat belly.
I hope my dad's not listening to this because it would be a trigger for him. My dad, when I was a kid, enjoyed nothing more than a ham salad sandwich.
Well, yeah, this is my dad. Do you not hear him bitch to you about how expensive ham salad is? Every time.
My dad would get this look on his face as he was making his ham salad.
I talked to the manager
about
the escalating price of ham salad.
You know that shit's going to get back to me someday.
I know.
There's this maniac
There's this white
that's
supremacist.
been going to all the shopping safes and saying, yeah, my son-in-law works for you fuckers.
Yeah. You know it'll get back.
And your prices are too
Sonic,
high.
One of the two.
Oh God, no, shopping safe will get back to me.
Mm-hmm.
They'll say, please. My dad would make these sandwiches like a Dagwood. You know what Dagwood is?
Yeah.
He would make these sandwiches, and he would just stack these improbable high sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
My dad would get up some nights, 4 or 5 in the morning, be like, I'm going to go make a sandwich.
Yeah.
And I would go downstairs and just watch and wonder.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was young, I was like, man, my dad is so old.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad's making a sandwich. Now that I'm 43, I realize I'm like twice the age my dad was. This genius of a man making a sandwich. I'm just like an old man. I don't even have a refrigerator to make a sandwich out of.
You don't have one right now.
I know.
You will soon, and you can make all the late night sandwiches that you want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm gonna train Pepper how to say pork chops.
Mom.
But it'll just be Dad.
Dad. Pork chops.
Pork chops. Yeah.
So that was Dolls.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for introducing me to that movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Yeah. What do you want to watch next?
My cousin Vinny, but we don't own it.
Oh. What other or Solar Babies? We don't own that yet. We'll have to find something. I think we probably have a couple hundred movies to watch.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like to leave us a comment on this episode, you can email us at doe138@gmail.com. If you're listening to this through Podomatic, leave a comment right on Podomatic. If you know us on Facebook, you can leave a message on Facebook. If you see us in public,
you can give us a high five.
You can give us and ask us your question, and I'll say, why don't you just email it to us like an adult?
Email us at topbunk.com.
Email at us at bottombunkcoffin.
You can't see what's in this box.com.
Oh.
Email us at crushed Doritos, lemonade, dingbats,
I
hashtag.
have Prowl, and I have Flint, and I have Old Bub. I have a Brave Star figure. I have Man-at-Arms.
But you can't see it.
You can't see any of them. Do you know the story about Space 1999, Noah?
No.
So there's this show Martin Landau was on.
Yes.
In like 1976, 77, called Space 1999.
Yeah, I never saw it.
It was about a ship called Eagle One.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Star Trek with Martin Landau and a bunch of Canadians. But I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I was a science fiction kid. And we had the ship. The ship was huge. It was like as big as that ceiling fan.
Yeah.
It was real big. And my dad built a pulley system. So at night, when I would go to bed, I would raise Space 1999 off my dresser. And the front and back of it popped off. So you could fly them separately. It came with like 3 figures. It was pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
And Noah had... Remember those little rubber figures like how Smurfs were?
Mm-hmm.
Noah had an Ernie figure.
Mm-hmm.
And he carried it everywhere with him.
Mm-hmm.
He referred to it as my Ernie. And that's all he would say. My Ernie. And he would show you his Ernie. I don't know why I did this.
Mm-hmm.
I had Ernie, and I thought it would be cool if I put him in Space 1999.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went to bed, Noah would see Ernie raise up in Space 1999. He would think it was cool. Except somewhere along the way, I forgot that I did this.
Yeah.
So, about
Ernie was missing.
9:30, 10 o'clock, getting ready to go to bed. Noah was sitting on the couch, about 3 years old, just tears pouring down his face. My Ernie's gone. My Ernie. Where is he? So my dad, my mom, my Uncle Bill, and I tore the house apart.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to have all our toys in the basement.
Yeah.
And there were all these shelves down there, and they were just filled with toys.
Yeah.
And I remember my dad grabbing a box, like a big box, and pouring it out down the steps. And we would put boxes underneath it, and we were watching as all the toys would pour out to see if we could find Ernie.
Yeah.
We looked in every room. Where did you see it last, Noah? Ernie. Where can it be?
Yeah.
Finally, they calmed Noah down enough to go to bed.
Yeah, he passed out from crying.
He was laying in bed, and my dad laid him in his bed and was tucking him in. He was like, Ernie. My dad's like, we're going to have to go find another one of these Ernies. So give it to him. And I said, before we go to bed, can we erase Space 1999? My dad's like, sure. My dad looked in that capsule and saw fucking Ernie sitting there. My dad was like, son of a bitch. I can only imagine.
Is Noah reunited?
He handed it to him, and my mom's like, why would you do this? Why would you put us through this?
You ruined the day.
And she's like, do you know how long we looked for that Ernie? And I was like, I thought it'd be cool, but I just forgot.
This is the same way you two are now. The same way my baby would be absent-minded and forget something. Your brother would yell at you. And you guys have not changed, I really feel.
Once we were in Philadelphia, and I was wearing a pair of, just like crappy shoes. Like a pair of Vans, I think.
Yeah.
And we were going to a comic book convention, and we were walking to a place to get beer. And my shoes literally fell apart. The whole bottom of my shoes fell off. No, it was like, look at you.
See?
So he took me to the skate store.
Yeah.
And everybody there knew him.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is my brother. He doesn't understand how shoes work. He's like, I duct taped my shoe back together. And he's like, bring him shoes and pick something out for him.
My baby was resourceful.
It's not resourceful. It was just cheap.
Cheap.
Well, that's the podcast about dolls and shoes and Ernie.
Ernie and brotherly love.
Check back for another episode.
Yes.
And we'll see you